Hey guys, welcome to Yogana. My name is Anna, and today we're just going to do about a 30-minute power flow for a burst of energy. So if you need a little bit of energy for the day or for the evening, this is going to be really great for building up your heart rate a little bit of balancing and stretching. So go ahead and hop onto your mats and we'll go ahead and get started. Get started in child's pose. So we'll bring the big toes together. The knees can be wide if you want to get a little deeper into the hips, but that can be a little bit more intense. So you're welcome to bring the knees together, let the hips sink over the heels, and then we'll let the arms extend out nice and long. We'll start to let the forehead melt down towards the mat. And then just begin to breathe. As you inhale through the nose, let the breath fill all the way up down to the base of the belly. And exhale, let the belly deflate. Good, just taking one more round here. Focusing on the breath. And then inhale, we'll bend in the elbows, bring the palms together. Let the wrists rest on the back of the neck, and then walk the elbows a little bit further towards the top of the mat. So we'll get deep into the shoulders, the triceps. And then exhale. Re-extend the arms. Inhale as we lift ourselves up, find baby camel. So walk the hands in, take them all the way back behind us. And then press into the palms or the fingertips as you start to lift the hips off of the heels, rolling the shoulders back. Maybe gaze goes behind you, or just lift the hips off of the heels as far as they can go. Exhale as you close back up, find child's pose. Sink the hips back over the heels. Inhale as you walk the hands behind you, find baby camel. So just take a couple rounds here, just moving as your body is almost one big lung. Just exhaling as you close, inhaling as you open, feeling that stretch in the hips, that energizing feeling in the spine as you open, the heart as you breathe. If holding in one posture feels a little bit better than the other, you're welcome to hold as long as you need to. We'll just take one more round here of child's pose and camel pose, or baby camel pose. And then we'll land in that child's pose. Good. From here, we'll press ourselves up into tabletop. So separate the big toes. Just hang out here for a moment, just neutralizing the hips, shaking out the hips a couple of times. And then tucking the toes, making our way into a down dog. We'll lift the hips. Start to pedal out the dog, so drop one heel, bend the opposite knee, and then switch sides. Starting to warm up the hamstrings, feel nice and strong in the palms. Good, and then we'll start to drop the hips so we find a high plank. Lower down, bent elbows with the elbows aiming towards the back, nice and strong, and then come all the way down to the belly. From here, we'll extend the arms out really long in front of us, find Superman pose. So just for a moment, we'll lift the heart, lift the arms, just let them hover over the mat. And then lower everything down. And then find opposite arm, opposite leg lift. So we'll lift that left arm first, right leg follows. Hovering over the mat, feel that compression in the low back. Shoulders down the spine. Exhale, drop, switch sides. Inhale, right arm lifts, left leg lifts. Exhale, release. One more time each side. Left arm lifts, right leg lifts. Exhale, release. Last time, last side. Right arm lifts, left leg lifts. Pointing those toes. Exhale, release, and then we're going to lift both arms, both legs. So let the arms hover, shoulders roll down the spine. Nice and strong in the low back, shoulders down the spine, feet hover. Exhale, press the palms underneath the shoulders, press back into child's pose. Reopen that low back space. Hips sink over the heels. And then on the next inhale, we'll make our way into a down dog again. So separate the toes, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Make your way to the front of the mat. Tippy-toeing up into a forward fold. Hanging out here, keeping the knees nice and soft. Grabbing opposite elbows and shaking out the head, yes and no. Letting the blood rush to the head, the shoulders relax. Release all the tension. And the backs of the knees just naturally open as the hips start to lift without forcing it. Just enjoying this moment of the inversion. Feeling upside down. Letting all that tension go in the upper body. On the next exhale, we'll release the elbows. Start to ragdoll ourselves up, one vertebrae at a time. Coming into standing pose, mountain pose, Tadasana. Rolling the shoulders back, palms face forward. We'll move through a flow a couple times. So we're going to inhale the arms high overhead. Exhale as we dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, step one foot back, then the other. Find a high plank. And then lower it down as we lift the shoulders just slightly over the wrist. And then we'll lower down either knees, chest, chin like an inchworm or bent elbows. Find that chaturanga. Inhale as we press into the palms, lift the chest, roll the shoulders down. Baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find down dog. Good, 2 more times just like that. So we're going to step or float to the front of the mat. Your choice. Find forward fold. Exhale as you land. Inhale as you circle sweep the arms high. Exhale, dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, step the opposite back first this time if you remember, then the other. High plank. Lower down, knees, chest, chin, or that chaturanga, bent elbows. Inhale, maybe just find up dog this time so that the bottoms of the hands, tops of the feet are touching and nothing else. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find down dog. Last time here, I'll give a little bit less cues. So inhale, make your way up. Exhale as you land. Inhale, circle sweep the arms. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale. Exhale. Lower down. Inhale. And exhale, meeting down dog. Good, should feel nice and warmed up. Nice and strong. From here, we'll kick that right heel high, find three-legged dog. Then we're gonna stack the hips open, bend in that right knee, and find some knee circles. So that scorpion dog gets deep into that hip socket. Moving that knee one direction, making little circles with the knee. Switching directions. Good. Re-extending that right leg. Exhale as you bring it all the way up and through. Plant it between both hands. And then we'll drop that back knee. Untuck the toes. Make sure the knee is behind the toes. Find an easy twist. Keep that left hand planted. Right arm opens up. Shoulders stack. Find that twist in the torso. Exhale, lower down the right hand. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, find forward fold. Left foot comes up to meet the right. Inhale, circle sweep the arms high. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, make your way into a down dog. If you want to skip the flow and just press the hips right into a down dog, you're more than welcome to. Or find that chaturanga up dog flow. Good. Really strong, guys. Once you're in that down dog, we'll kick that left heel high, three-legged dog. Stack the hips again. So open up in that left hip and then bend in the left knee as we find those knee circles. Making bigger little circles, just focusing on that hip socket, really opening up there. Switching directions. And then re-extending that left leg. Exhale as you bring it all the way up and through. Plant it between both hands. And then drop that right knee, untuck the toes. Make sure that knee is in line with the ankle, so the toes are in front. Right hand plants, left arm opens up, shoulders stack. Gaze maybe goes up towards the sky or stays on the ground to stay grounded if you feel a little unbalanced to start. Exhale, lower down, frame that front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and we'll find warrior two. So we're gonna drop that back heel 45 degrees, windmill the arms open at a T, and drop the hips low, press that left knee open. Inhale, take that right hand down the back leg, left arm reaches back, keep the hips nice and low still. Inhale, find extended side angle, rest that right or that left elbow on the front knee, right arm reaches towards the front. Roll that shoulder open. Inhale, find peaceful warrior. One more time. Right hand goes down the back leg. Left arm reaches high. Hips sink low. Inhale, bring it all the way up and through. Frame that front foot. Find a low runner's lunge and then meet in down dog. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Lower down or press the hips right into a down dog. Good. We'll meet in that down dog. And then when you're ready, we'll kick that right heel high as we inhale. Exhale, bring it all the way up and through. Plant it between both hands. We'll drop that left foot back 45 degrees. Find warrior two on this side. Drop the shoulders, drop the hips. Press that right knee open. Inhale, take the left arm down the back leg. Peaceful warrior, right arm reaches towards the back. Stay nice and bent in that right knee. Inhale, find extended side angle. Right elbow rests on the front knee. Left shoulder opens up as it reaches forward. Inhale, peaceful warrior. One more time. Left arm reaches down the back leg. Right arm reaches back. Inhale, bring it up and all the way through. Frame that front foot. Move through that flow. Right foot steps back. Lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Down dog. Good. From here, we'll find three-legged dog. Kick that right heel high. And then this time we're going to walk the hands back to meet that left foot. From here, we're going to soften that left leg slightly and then start to bring yourself up into tree pose. So bringing those palms together at prayer, starting to bring that right knee forward, and then open up that right knee, letting those toes land on the mat, that heel resting on that left leg, or starting to make your way up that left leg with the right foot. And then just wherever that right foot lands, protect the knee. So make sure it's either above or below it, just not right on the knee. No pressure there. Letting that right knee open up, activate the core, fix your gaze on something that's not moving. Take those hands down beside you to stay grounded. Or maybe arms fly all the way up overhead. Good balance. Good. From here, we'll start to bring that right knee back in, letting it stay lifted. And then we're going to take a giant step forward with the right leg as we let that left arm reach forward. So that right hand's on the right hip. Giant step forward, kick that left heel high, left hand reaches down. Good. From here, we'll find a one-legged mountain pose. So we'll switch hands. Left hand goes to the left hip. Left knee comes in. Right arm comes forward. Exhale, re-extend. Left hand goes down. Left leg lifts high. Right hand goes to the right hip. Inhale, bring that left knee forward. Right arm forward. Last time here. Kick that left heel high. Left hand down. And then move into eagle pose. So that left knee this time is going to wrap over the right knee. We're going to sink the hips low. Maybe let that left foot wrap behind the right knee or the right leg, or just let it hang out beside you. Arms are going to come out to a T, and then we'll wrap that left elbow underneath the right. Just touch shoulders if that's plenty in the shoulders, or wrap the forearms, taking those fingertips high. Sink the hips low. Good focus. If you fall out of it, just touch down, come right back into it, no worries. Last breath here. Exhale, unwind. We're going to take that left foot behind the right. Grab onto the left wrist with your right fingertips. Pull yourself towards the right. And then come to that outer edge of the left foot. Nice and open in the opposite direction. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, find Tadasana. Roll the shoulders out, shake out the hips before we come to the other side. Good. Making your way back to the front of the mat. We'll move through a flow to find our way into down dog. So inhale, the arms high. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, make your way into a down dog. Either finding chaturanga up dog or just pressing the hips high. Good. Meeting in down dog. We'll kick that left heel high. Three-legged dog. And then move into a standing split. So walk the hands towards the back of the mat. And slowly start to find tree pose. Taking the palms to prayer center. Bringing that left foot forward. And then planting that left leg somewhere on the right leg. Maybe the toes stay grounded, or the foot starts to inch its way up. Again, protecting that knee where it lands, pulling that belly button in towards the back of the spine, and then maybe switching up the arms this time. If you left them down beside you, maybe take them overhead, down beside you,
Or see if you can grab opposite elbows behind you. Just challenging your balance a little bit more here. Good, we'll find that same flow we did on the other side. So start to bring those palms back to prayer center. And then start to bring that left knee in, releasing it from that right foot. Taking that left hand to the left hip, touching down, taking a giant step forward with the left toes. Right hand goes down as the right foot lifts up. Keep that right hip in towards the mat. And then inhale, right hand goes to the right hip as the right knee comes forward. Left arm bends, comes forward. Find a half running pose. And then switch hands. Lower down with that right hand, kick that right leg back. Inhale, bring that right knee in. Left arm comes forward. Last time, kick that left foot back. Right hand drops. Inhale, find eagle pose. Wrap that right knee over the left. Maybe wrap those toes behind the left. And then cross elbows. Right elbow goes underneath the left this time. Touch shoulders. Wrap forearms. Palms come together. Shoulders sink down the spine. Hips sink nice and low. Exhale, we'll unwind, take that right foot behind the left, grab onto the right wrist with your left fingertips, pull yourself towards the left side, landing on the outer edge of that right foot. Open up in the shoulders. Inhale, arms come back overhead. Exhale, dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, find Malasana squat. So we're going to heel toe the feet out nice and wide. Drop the hips really low. Stay up on the toes if that's really intense on the backs of the legs. Or see if you can keep those heels lowered. Palms come together. Sink that sacrum nice and low. Palms are together. Elbows pressing into the knees. Shoulders down the spine. We'll find a little twist here, so dropping that left hand in towards the center, right arm reaches up. Switch sides, lower down that right hand, left arm reaches up. And then lower down, coming all the way to the sits bones, hands come behind you. We'll heel toe those feet in. And then make our way into boat pose. So we'll start to let the upper back start to melt towards the mat, not all the way down, but just kind of aiming that direction as we start to lift the heels off of the mat. Arms come down beside you, reaching forward, activating that core. And then starting to extend the legs, make your way down, but keeping those heels hovered, shoulders hovered. Still feel that shake in the core. Exhale, take arms all the way overhead. Release everything, find a deep morning stretch. Good, we'll hug the knees on the next inhale, bring them into the chest, interlace the hands in front of the knees. Rock and roll, massage out the spine. And then extend that right leg. Keep that left knee in. Find a reclined twist. We'll take the hips up and over to the left. Let that left knee cross over the body to the right. So it's either maybe a block is underneath this knee if you have one handy, or you're grabbing onto that left knee with your right hand as your left arm comes out beside you. And then your gaze goes up towards the ceiling or over the left fingertips if that feels okay in the neck. If that left shoulder is not quite touching the mat, just see if you can slowly start to let it open up naturally, really getting those benefits in the twists of the torso especially. Good. On the next inhale, we'll start to bring the knee back across the body, back through center, reset the hips, bring the knees in. And then switch sides. Extend the left leg, keep the right knee in. Lift the hips up and over to the right side as that right knee crosses over to the left. Grabbing onto that right knee with your left hand, right arm reaches out beside you. Gaze goes over the right fingertips. That right shoulder aims towards the ground. Feeling really open in the inner right shoulder and the outer right hip. Good. On the next inhale, we'll bring the knee back through center again. Reset the hips. Hug both knees in to the chest. Shoot the legs up towards the sky. Just finding waterfall pose for a moment. Rolling out ankles. Letting gravity take over the blood in the legs. Just bringing fresh blood there. And then bringing the knees back in one last time. Take the deepest inhale you've taken all day in through the nose. Exhale nice and loud out the mouth as we fully extend the legs. Arms come down beside you. And find our final resting pose. Letting our body absorb that practice, that hard work we just put in. And then just take as much time as you need to here, finding stillness, quietness, and letting your breath restore your body. Namaste.